timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his fifth! 13! 13! Can you believe it?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. I'm your host, Oliver, joined by the big fella, Lachie.
How are you, my friend?
I've been better. You can see I've got a different background. I've had to take up the family room because there's renovations going in my room, sadly. So you're probably going to hear background noise.
Well.
You coming down for presentation night this weekend? I may as well get you in.
No.
Oh.
Well, it's Friday.
Yeah, true. And you got to work Saturday.
So, yeah, correct. I'm not driving back and forth in the one night.
Oh, that.
Unfortunately.
Oh, how disappointed are you?
Unfortunately. Yeah, look, it would have been good to finish. But anyway.
Moving on.
It happens.
We'll move on to the key part of the weekend. Now, I'll put up the image now. Have a guess at what you reckon you went on the weekend out of 16 games for last week.
Mate, I haven't even looked at... Well, I think I went... Did I go the Bucs over Kansas City?
No, I did. I did that. You got that one right.
Either way, one of us would have had a good week, I reckon.
It's where you're wrong. We somehow got the exact same as each other.
Oh, wow.
Even though we had some differing options.
Yeah.
Both 9 and 7.
Right.
So we both went with the wins, though. We'll start off with the Bengals Dolphins. Now, this has been a controversial game in itself because of
Toa.
The whole tour situation. What do you think of that? Like,
oh, mate, the bloke got sacked in the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's so he should.
Was it a Dolphins or was it NFL?
I don't think so.
Was it NFL one? Because the NFL.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
Jesus.
Which is even worse. Just about like.
When you see his fingers go up like they did, or they're like that.
Oh yeah, it's so obvious. Like, yeah. Anyway,
it didn't look like a bad hit though. Which, like, I guess compared to the AFL, like you see, who's the one that got absolutely knocked out? Was it Cade Simpson, and he's stiff and he's got like his arms like.
And Jordan Lewis as well. Yeah.
You see bad ones like that, and then you go see that. It's like, it doesn't look that bad. And they got helmets obviously help, but that surely they have a little bit of an impact as well because it's a big thing just thudding on it.
Yeah, well, it's funny because when my like the way that the guy was explaining it when I was going through mine, like it's literally the grey and white matter in your brain because they're different density. They go against each other at different paces, and it like pretty much like micro tears your brain apart, pretty much from what I've heard. So yeah, even though like the helmet would have taken the force and the shock, your brain still would have shook around in his head. So he'll still have something.
Well,
so it's just dumb.
You don't want too many brain injuries, otherwise you'll turn up like Antonio Brown.
Absolute vegetable.
Antonio Brown's having himself a week.
Oh my God, he's a head case.
Just posting about Brady and his wife. That's about him and his wife, or whatever you want to call it. But that's,
he's just a fuckhead.
He needs to get a grip.
Correct.
Now, I was looking at the wrong week. So the Bengals did come out with a win in there. Did you see their kits?
Was it the black kit?
Yeah, the white and black kit.
Don't
really
mind it.
Enjoy that one.
Yeah, don't mind it.
I'm not going to buy them because I'm not a Bengals fan, but I do like them.
Yeah.
Just quickly, the Vikings beat the Saints like always in London. As you can see, Jameis or Jameis behind Lachie. Did he play? No, he didn't.
The king.
Andy
don't think so, but I don't care. The great man.
What about this for a high-scoring game between two shit teams, the Lions and the Seahawks, 48-45?
Yeah, but like I've seen a stat today, like the Seahawks have got the worst defense in the league, pretty much. Like they're just absolute rubbish.
I honestly thought the Lions would run over the top of them.
Well, if you're letting the opposition score 45 points, you're going to lose most games.
Well, 48 in their case.
Yeah. But even if the Seahawks allow them to score 45 points, you're going to lose most games if your offense doesn't show up.
They won that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Geno Smith carried.
Yep. Again.
Steelers Jets. Now, this is interesting because Mitch Trubisky got dropped mid-game basically for Kenny Pickett, which seemed like it was coming, but then Kenny Pickett did throw 3 interceptions. One of them when they were up by 3, I think. He threw the interception. Then obviously Zach Wilson returning for the Jets. Do you think it's the right decision to play Kenny Pickett this early?
Buggered if I know. Mitch Trubisky. How many times do you give Mitch Trubisky a go? Far out. It's just I don't know how many times you can give him a go.
You put him in and hope for something. I guess it's development, but you just don't want him to get their offensive
how
line
long are you
isn't
allowed to
holding
develop
up.
for?
Yeah. Well, I'm speaking of the fact of Kenny Pickett, developing him, but you don't want him to get injured because their offensive line isn't holding up too great. So you don't want him to get sacked all the time.
Literally.
But I guess you may as well throw him out
it's
there.
A bit of a worry.
Giants, Bears, we both called Giants winning. Barkley's just a jet.
Oh, mate. He's absolutely carrying them at the moment. He's an absolute freak.
How about Daniel Jones, though? Throws for 71 yards and then runs for 68 yards.
Yeah. You are just literally a backup to the running back.
You got the Titans beating the Colts. I had the Colts thinking they could actually pull it out. Jonathan Taylor's been a bit disappointing this year, I reckon.
A bit.
Fairly.
A bit. Far out. He's been woeful.
Yeah, I didn't watch a great deal of him last year, but I did see that he was always in the MVP discussions. And Derrick Henry's back, finally. He's had 114 rushing yards. Are you worried for the Colts at all being 1-2-1?
Oh, yeah, a little bit, to be honest. Obviously, where they're at now, and they don't really have much to... Unless Taylor starts firing a shot, there's no way he's...
Matt Ryan's
it's going to be
sort of holding
Matt
up.
Ryan's serviceable, but... Yeah, Jonathan Taylor went for 42 yards. What's that going to do?
On 20 carries.
Good on you, mate. Yeah, 20 carries and 1 reception for 1 yard.
That's horrid.
Maybe
he needs who was their quarterback last year? Was it Carson Wentz? Maybe was it?
No, isn't it him? No, isn't he their quarterback now?
No, he was at. So he's at Commanders now. But I'm thinking he was at the Colts before that.
He is too. Yeah,
I just know it was a ginger. Lucky guess. Chargers smashed the Texans. Don't need to touch on that. Falcons beat the Browns. That was a bit of a surprise.
Especially because Marcus Mariota's been playing pretty average too, like Mr. Trubisky.
He's back. He doesn't have to do anything, but he's getting them wins. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I brought Kyle Pitts back into my team. Left him on the bench, but he had 1 reception.
How'd that go?
1 reception for 25 yards. So
gotta love that. You gotta love that.
The Browns are just dog shit. It will be interesting to see when they get Deshaun Watson back, but
oh yeah, I know, but fuck.
Who can
season's gonna be done by then anyway.
It'll be interesting to see if they actually get him back or not. Cowboys obviously beat the Commanders. I think that was kind of expected. Feels like they're nearly playing better without Dak Prescott.
Legit. He started this. What's his name? Rush. It started 4-0. He's the first Cowboys quarterback to start 4-0 in their career.
And their defense is actually holding up finally. So
their defense, it's always been. They've got the pieces there, but they hadn't really put it together first game. And the last 4, they've been really good.
Sharpie's man, Micah Parsons, tearing it up. His name in there
Killing
for Depoy. Eagles, Jags. Now, this was actually an interesting game just because both teams were obviously somewhat on a hot streak. Obviously, Eagles remain undefeated. I just find it interesting that, one game, Jalen Hurts can have a big 300-yard plus, and then that Sanders, I think it is, can rush for 120, 130 yards. Do you see them as, a real threat? Obviously, their defense They conceded 21, but their defense is a big part of them winning.
Yeah.
Do you see them holding up into the latter end
I
of the
don't know,
season? Do
eh?
you think they're pretenders?
I don't know, because Jackson, like, if you look at the scoring breakdown, like Jacksonville got off to a hot start, like scored 2 touchdowns to nothing, and then Philly had a good second quarter. But yeah, like I still don't know what to think of Jacksonville yet. Like, obviously scoring 21 points against the Eagles is a pretty good effort in itself, but yeah, I still don't know. I just purely haven't watched enough.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get to watch any games on Monday because I had to work, so I didn't get to watch as many games as I wanted to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to see a bit more of Jacksonville before I sort of make a bit more of a, like, again, Trevor Lawrence threw for 174 off 11 completions for 2 touchdowns and an interception. Like, for 11 completions, that's pretty big numbers.
Yeah. And
like,
whether like I haven't seen all of the highlights yet. I saw a couple, but like a lot of them would have been just yards after catch.
More than likely, yeah. Definitely helps, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that they would be able to throw it deep against the Eagles defense and not get intercepted.
Think so. Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
Going on to probably, actually one of the bigger games, Bills versus Ravens. Now you had the Ravens,
huge game.
The Bills.
Yeah.
Interestingly, both quarterbacks obviously led in their passing, but led in their rushing yards as well for the team. But neither had like a huge passing game. Like, obviously, I expected Josh Allen to go for 250, 300 against this Ravens defense, and he only got 213, I think. And
yep.
Lamar Jackson had 2
and Lamar was pretty rubbish. Yep.
So it feels like nearly this game was just like disappointing, but someone had to win it. Like, they both weren't
literally
playing well, which is a surprise. Like, I can expect that from the Ravens, but I didn't expect it from the Bills. Like, I know they had a couple of outs, but
but still, you still got Josh Allen and Stephen Diggs and all those. Like, there's still got some good players there.
Who's their main defense? Poyer. He ended up playing and getting 2 interceptions anyway. So and Von Miller played. So I mean, with the team like that, you're always going to scrape out a victory. There was only the 3 points scored in the last quarter that won it for the Bills. But I mean, it was, like I said, it was just a bit boring. You see that those 2 quarterbacks, you hope it's going to be a bit more explosive.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Move on to your team choking a lead to the Cardinals.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
Baker Mayfield, McCaffrey, what is going on?
I don't know. They should be so dynamic, those 2. Like, they should be really, really good. And they have just been rubbish.
Just
genuine rubbish. Like, McCaffrey's done, went for 81 receiving yards and 27 rushing yards. Like, I don't get it. Really don't get it. But anyway,
I actually believed in Baker. I thought he's going to Carolina.
So did I.
Yeah, he's probably not got the weapons he had in Cleveland, but he's going to show his ability.
Good receivers though. Like, because DJ Moore's good. McCaffrey's a good receiving.
I don't mind Robbie Anderson.
Running back. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan either, but like, I don't know. Because he threw 36 passes for 197 yards. Like, fucking hell, mate.
Yeah, he's...
Anyway, it's
it's the Panthers for you.
It is.
Bring back Cam Newton.
It is. Yeah, in his prime.
But we can finally celebrate something. The Raiders finally getting a win after backing them 4 weeks in a row.
Thank the fucking Lord.
Finally beat a Broncos that has somehow gotten to 2-2. It's beyond me.
Oh, mate. They are the luckiest team in the NFL right now. To be quite honest with you.
Derek Carr didn't have a massive game, but obviously Devontae Adams had 9 receptions for 101 yards, returning to actually finally doing something now.
And then Josh Jacobs goes off.
Yeah. This Broncos defense has been rumored to be one of the top defenses in the league, but
yeah, wouldn't know, would you?
Like, obviously it doesn't help with Russell Wilson he did better this game, obviously.
Yeah, but mate, he led their team in rushing as well, and he rushed for 29 yards.
I think Javonte Williams did his ACL. That's why
that sucks.
And I
It's
think
very
he's
unfortunate.
I think he's their best running back, and he's a very good
Very, very,
back.
very unfortunate.
So they're going to have issues going forward. I think the Broncos are going to I reckon they could
fall off the face of the earth, I reckon.
I don't know who they verse these next few weeks, but I think they could actually just lose 3 out of the next 4.
Literally plummet.
But I expect
I'll tell you, they've got the Colts next week.
That's a loss.
You'd think, I would think so.
Yeah.
I would definitely think so. And then they have got the Chargers.
yeah, I think.
Yeah, all the best.
Safe to say that. But I think the Raiders finally turned a corner, hopefully, because I just want Josh McDaniels to not get fired in his first season.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the Raiders. I like Derek Carr, I like the coach. I'm not a big fan of Devontae Adams just because he was at Green Bay. Obviously, he's a fucking idiot. But
he's a gun.
But that's why I don't like him, because he's too good.
But that's the thing. If they can establish that, like, do what Aaron Rodgers tries and Tom Brady try to do. If they can establish the run game early, and then it just opens up everything. Like, it just gets more one-on-ones for Devontae Adams. Like, that's exactly what you want.
Now let's get on to one of the best games of the weekend. Sadly, I had to watch this, and the way it did. Patriots versus Green Bay versus Reds Green Bay. Now we had our backup quarterback, Brian Hoyer. He was starting on fire, 5 for 6, and then he gets a concussion, and we have to bring in.
So now you got the backup to the backup.
Rookie Bailey Zappi came in, and I was actually excited for him. And he didn't play too bad. He had 10 pass completions off 15 attempts, 99 yards and a touchdown. Obviously, we ran the ball a lot, but God, like after halftime, straight after halftime, it was the play before halftime. Aaron Rodgers threw a pick 6, and I'm like, he's just going to come out and just be angry and fucking throw the ball, because he had like 50 yards till halftime. And sure enough, 2 straight completions to Alan Lazard, who also killed us for 116 yards.
Mate, his last 2 games have been really, really good. He's carried them massively.
He's taken that spot, like the main receiver spot. And
I wouldn't say that. Like, they've got some good receivers to come back in, but
him and Randall Cobb, I feel like, are the main ones that are
at the moment.
Doing most of the stuff.
And Aaron Jones is a pretty good receiving running back too, but he didn't do much.
And that's the thing. That's a scary. I'm not the best at NFL terminology, but the set when they have the 2 running backs on either side of Aaron Rodgers, and
the first quarter, they absolutely destroyed you on that.
They got Dillon and Jones just sitting on either side, and it's like, if they run it, you're screwed. If they pass it, you're screwed.
You're fucked.
And if they keep doing that, I'm sure they know that they're gonna have a lot of success. It's just down to their defense, which up to this point,
mate, I'm literally looking at the stats
good.
right now, like the passing stats. They haven't even got that Zappe in the passing stats.
Oh,
they've only got Brian Hoyer. That's it.
Well, it's Zappy. You got to get it right, and he
that hurts.
Yards. So I'm hoping
that poor bloke.
I feel like he's going to start next week, because I don't think Mac Jones will be ready, and
I don't think Hoyer will be allowed to play.
Yeah, and surely. I don't think Hoyer will be. I'm actually excited for him. It's going to be Brady.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be Brady
2.0.
2.0. I'm trying to think of the one that he replaced, but it's
it was Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe.
That's it. Drew Bledsoe.
Eric.
So it's that 2.0, I reckon. And then we'll just bring in Lamar Jackson in the offseason.
Did you even hear what I just said then?
No. What'd you say?
I said Eric.
I'm
Bledsoe.
Oh,
fucking hell.
My brain's not
boy.
Anyway, we lost it overtime.
We're done.
We had our chances to win it, which is the disappointing thing.
Yeah.
On to the biggest game of the weekend, though. Chiefs versus Buccaneers. I had Bucks, you had Chiefs, and the Chiefs came out to make a fucking statement. First play of the game, they kick it off and force a fumble on the punt return. And then they score a touchdown in 40 seconds.
That's what they do.
Do you honestly think Mahomes will be, by the end of his career, I find it hard to work.
One of the greatest quarterbacks.
Because I feel like Brady's going to be like, the greatest success, this, that. Whereas ability-wise, Mahomes is probably going to be the best.
Yeah,
because he can run, he can move, he can escape.
Yeah,
Brady could never do that, but he was more precise.
And he just does fucked up shit. Like he's like the Steph Curry of football. Like he's just, he just does the most messed up shit that you wouldn't think of doing, and he just makes it look easy. Like that pass he threw, I forget what quarter it was in, where he just like pretty much spun around.
Oh yeah,
he
was getting tackled.
Chucked it.
Spun out of the tackle and
it's
then
just
flipped it in.
But he made it look so casual. It's just like, fucking how easy do you want to make it, mate?
And he was literally right in line with the line of scrimmage. So if you went an extra half yard, he would have been over. That's why obviously I'm a big Brady fan, but I just hope that he doesn't have as many Super Bowl wins, because if he does, he'll probably be better than better than Brady. But fuck. He's got a long way to go if he wants to win as many Super Bowl rings as Brady, especially
100%, mate.
Especially with the league right now, it's absolutely stacked.
And there's a lot of really good quarterbacks coming through and all that. Like it's gonna be tough.
But Brady must have heard the news before about Antonio Brown, because he went out and threw 385 yards for 3 touchdowns with no running game whatsoever. Fournette had 3 rushes for -3 yards, and White had 3 rushes for 6 yards.
To worry.
It's pretty impressive to throw that much with no run game. But
especially that's how he's like built himself.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, like they literally establish the run game so that he can open it up with those play action passes and all that, and open the field up. And he had to do that and still. Yeah, it's crazy. He's unreal.
And that's why I love seeing like quarterbacks that are able to, like, yes, Mahomes is precise and everything, but I like the quarterbacks that are, for example, back in the day, Roethlisberger, big and slumber, you wouldn't be able to move, but he could just ping it out of the pocket.
Yeah, correct. He still moved though, which was weird. Like he was deceptively good at moving.
Bit like you when you build your speed up,
Correct.
Once you reach your top
I believe
speed.
that's Mr. Gilmore's.
I was actually thinking of that big slumber when he's running into the car park.
Great
final game. I was going to.
Sharpie's going to give me shit for that too.
I was going to back this one to the hills, but I was at work and I forgot to put anything on it. 49ers beat the Rams, because the Rams just don't look like.
What the hell happened there?
They look. Like Stafford had a mediocre game, yes, 250 yards and an interception.
Yeah, but even their defense looks shit.
Yeah,
the 49ers tore them apart.
The only thing working for the Rams right now is Cooper Kupp.
Kupp, legit.
He's just doing everything. Like they've got no run game. Cam Akers in my fantasy team. He needs to get the fuck out. He's pissed me off enough.
Yeah.
Deep breath.
Correct.
But yeah, like. And they didn't even look at Deebo Samuel, who usually runs the ball a bit. Like, yes, he had 115 yards off 6 receptions, but he had 2 rushes for 2 yards. And Jeffrey Wilson did have a run. But this is why I think I think it's secretly lucky that they got Jimmy G they kept Jimmy G because
kept him,
even if Trey Lance was still playing, I don't see Trey Lance running this offense the way Jimmy has. I feel like a rookie quarterback, not technically a rookie, but it's his first season actually playing against the Rams defense. I feel like even though they might not have got to him, they still probably would have had a lot more success against him than Jimmy G at quarterback.
For sure.
But do you think if Trey Lance is off the injury list, he comes into the team straight away? What do you think the go is there?
Next year?
Well, it won't be a year injury, will it? It's only I don't know how long it is, but it won't be too long.
I'm pretty sure he's out for the year.
No, Lance, no.
I'm sure he is.
I
thought he did his knee.
It was his
or he had
ankle.
like a real bad ankle or something.
I thought it was his ankle. I'll just bring up his injury.
Yeah, I legit thought he was out for the. I could be wrong, but I thought he was out for the year, and that's why they were all saying how lucky it is.
You've repaired his fractured.
Yeah, that's right. Fractures, they're fucking not fun.
He's confident that he will recover completely in time for a full return in the 2023 season. Wow.
Yep.
That gives Jimmy G a lot of time. And if you finish this season with Jimmy G, though, now this is very controversial and very early. If you say make the NFC Championship game again with Jimmy G,
yeah, I know where you're going with
or the Super Bowl, do you trade Trey Lance? Because he would still have trade value at a pretty high point.
Trey Lance,
I would think, yeah,
but nah, he's a quarterback for the next 10 years. Jimmy G's not. I get where you're going, but nah. Yeah, unfortunately.
I think, you probably don't, but it'll be interesting because I feel like they would have to have that conversation. Like if Jimmy G takes them to the Super Bowl, which I honestly think the 49ers are up there in that conference with obviously Buccaneers, and I don't think Green Bay, depending on how they go in the playoffs, but I think they're a top 3 contender. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before we get on to next week's previews, let's go to fantasy. I'll share my screen because I finally got a win.
Hey, he's off the mark.
I finally got a win against the Pat Man.
Look at him.
Absolutely demolished him. Now
Jesus.
I tell you what I like. These little powered by stars undeflated.
How good are they?
That's sick.
I've never seen a recap.
Anything.
Yeah, unreal.
But obviously Eckler absolutely tore it up with 3 touchdowns.
You had him. That's handy.
And
you had Justin Jefferson finally show up.
Yeah. Well, he's had one huge game.
He's had 2 huge games and then fucking nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, finally, Gabriel Davis, nothing.
Fucking you had San Fran in your bloody defense too. Shit.
Yep. I thought they were going to be a good defense. Well, they usually are. So, Alvin Kamara didn't play. Didn't matter. But in saying that, I was worried. I was messaging you throughout the week because I had Rashad Penny on the bench.
Yeah, look, that helps. That really helps. Mate, George Kittle's done fuck all.
Well, that's his second game back. So,
okay.
He did nothing his first week either. So,
yeah, wow.
I've just got in there just in case, but I think I'm going to have to drop Cam Akers because he's done nothing. And this Kadarius Toney, I've never even heard of him, but he's done nothing either. So, anyway, we'll move on to your matchup. Absolutely demolishing
Jeffro.
Finally, just
Jeffro.
beating him in a fantasy. Look at this. Just tailed off towards the end.
Yeah. Mate. The man just ran out of stamina. He's just lacking of stamina.
Simple box score. We'll get the comparisons going up. Who killed it for you? Kelsey played unreal. McCaffrey.
Yep.
Gee, I didn't think he had a great
all
game,
the rushing yards and the receiving touchdown, mate.
Okay, yep.
You get 8. So he would have had 8.1 points for the receiving yards, and then he would have got 7 points for the. He might have even got 10 for the receiving touchdown.
I'm looking at his
That's why
team.
Running backs are so important. You take a good running back over a quarterback.
I'm looking at his team. I was thinking that was your team. So Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, no, Jeffro had him.
Debo Samuel.
Yep.
Geez.
Yeah, I bought Brown in because Brown had like 23 points on the bench last week as well.
I was about to say, what's your bench looking like? Because, you haven't had a great. Oh, you still got DeAndre Hopkins when he comes back from.
Correct.
So we'll go to next week.
Who am I going to take out?
Yeah, exactly. I've got Brad, who's 2-1, but the expected scores are very, very tight, but I don't want to. He's got Barkley, who I want. That is a deadly duo, to be fair. Nick Chubb and Barkley. And Josh Allen.
And fucking Josh Allen.
How the fuck did he get that?
And he got Michael Thomas as well. And Josh Jacobs.
I'm
Jesus
honestly
Christ, he's actually got a
questioning
decent team.
how he's got that team. He's got the
actually got a
Saints
decent
defense,
team.
which is questionable. Yes, they were good last year, but they are very questionable. And you are taking on the team that I just beat, the Pats, man, which you were expected to pretty much demolish.
Yep. Would have thought.
I mean, if Ezekiel Elliott and Hunt actually show up this time, but his team looks like it drops off pretty quickly.
Severely.
Yeah.
He's got the goat on the bench.
Yeah. That's questionable. Get him on the
Nah, he
sideline.
doesn't score. The poor bloke, he doesn't score.
He's just one of those people that's a great player.
Because he doesn't run.
Player.
He doesn't run, literally. He literally is.
We'll look at the league, though, so you can gloat. As you can gloat, but let's look at this figure here. 200.
Yeah, I know. Fucking hell.
The lowest
I've just literally had the easiest run.
And it's only getting easier with your next game.
Yep.
I'm still down here at the bottom, but it's got to start somewhere.
It's pretty tight there, though.
It is. That
was an important game for you to win.
It was.
Yeah, very important.
We'll go into next week's games. I'll have it up.
We've only got 6.5 minutes, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you do this every week?
I don't know. Maybe I'll get a photograph.
Because I was trying to keep track of you the last 4 weeks, and I haven't been able to fucking keep track with you because you don't go on the actual NFL website.
Yeah, I know. I'm just different,
Yeah, built different gravy.
I'll just note down NFL Week 5. All right. So we'll start off with the first game, which is Broncos Colts.
Oh, this is a dog shit week. This is fucking putrid. The only good game really is the Packers and the Giants.
There's still more games to go down there. So
okay. Oh, Rams, Cowboys. Okay.
The good games are at the end of the week. So
yeah, of course they are.
Get through the crap ones first. Colts, Broncos.
Yep.
I think I know where you're going with this. Surely.
Colts.
Yeah, I thought you were going to. Packers, Giants. I think that's.
I'm going to go the Giants.
Okay, I'm going the Packers. I was thinking about Giants, but I'll let you do
I am trusting in Saquon.
Patriots, Lions. Now, this is a good game for Bailey Zappi to show who he really is.
Lions, thanks.
I am going the Patriots, of course.
I've got zero faith. Don't even need to worry about the next game.
Have a faith in Belichick then. Browns, Chargers. Yeah, we've got Chargers. Jags, Texans. Yep. Jeez, I can't even write this quick. Jags. Oh, that spelled that wrong. Bucks, Falcons. I'm presuming we're going Bucks.
Yep.
Jeez, this is really a bad week. Bills, Steelers.
Yeah.
That is a big game to throw Kenny Pickett into. He's going to get demolished by the Bills defense.
Mate, the Bills will fuck him up.
Jets, Dolphins.
Apologies for...
I think this might be interesting.
Dolphins for me, thank you. I'll pretend you didn't say that.
I'm going to go the Jets.
Okay.
I'm
Jets.
Yep. I love that chant. That's actually my favorite chant.
It's a league.
I got the Jets.
It was so sick.
We're basically the same so far, except for that one, which I could lose very badly on. Saints, Seahawks.
Hang on. Whoa. Where'd you just go?
Oh,
you skipped the line.
I've skipped the line.
Jesus. Yeah, far out.
Lucky I've got it up on the screen this time. Vikings, Bears.
Oh, fuck. Vikings. I don't think the Bears defense is going to be good enough.
I got Vikings. And then I'm presuming we got the Titans next.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to actually put a multi on this week because it seems like some sure thing results. I say that, but Saints, Seahawks.
Saints.
Yeah.
For me.
Panthers, Niners. You going to back your team or are you going to not back your team?
Pretend you didn't say that again.
So you're not backing your team?
Hell no.
All right, we'll go.
They just came off beating the Rams, bro. What do you mean?
True. Both go 49. Eagles, Cardinals. This is a big game.
It is a big game, but I'm backing the Eagles, the undefeated team.
I'm backing the Eagles too. Only because I feel like Kyler will just get frustrated by the defense and start.
Yeah, correct.
Cowboys, Rams.
Cowboys. Going to Cowboys.
I want the
They're
Cowboys,
in form, mate.
I want the Cowboys to win. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Rams
So
are going to
do
win
I.
this week. So I'm going to.
No, that's fair.
That's going to be a great game though, and backed up
The last probably 4 games are going to be the best games of the week.
Yep, and they're games that you're going to be able to watch. So lucky you.
Yep.
I wish I had Mondays off, but then again, I don't want to work
sometimes.
Saturdays.
Yeah, correct.
Ravens, Bengals. Who you got?
Bengals.
I'm back in the Bengals.
I'm going to go the Bengals.
I'm back in the Bengals.
I think it's at Baltimore though. That's a bit of a worry for me.
Yeah,
The Bengals need to sort their shit out pretty quick, and I hope it's this week.
They can absolutely tear up the defense though of the Ravens though, which isn't very good.
Yeah,
Even
correct.
though they had a good week, it's not very good in general. Raiders, Chiefs. We've backed the Raiders.
Gotta go the Chiefs. I know, but not against the Chiefs. Can't do it.
I've got to back Josh McDaniels. So I'm gonna go the Raiders.
I just cannot do it.
I'm probably going to be so wrong here. I've backed the Jets against the Dolphins and the Raiders against the Chiefs. So I could be very wrong, but that's going to be. I'm annoyed that they had those games. Like they had that game on a Tuesday. Like have that game on a Friday for us. Like I guess that's prime time over there. But anyway, we've absolutely zoomed through that.
And good result this morning too.
Yeah, well, I haven't actually checked. I walked into my room before, checked the TV, and saw Trent Alexander-Arnold scoring a free kick. I'm like,
absolute banger. I was watching it this morning at training because I've had training for work the last 2 days, and one of the guys that I was being trained with, he goes from. So we were watching it at like 7:30 this morning. Wasn't bad.
I would have brought it up. I would have got it up. Anyway, I'll do that in the future.
Good dub.
Premier League's back. We'll do bringing back Premier League next week with the NBA.
Sharpie's back.
Sharpie's apparently back next week. We'll see. That'll be one combined.
Who would know? I better change my background by the time he's back.
That'll be a combined podcast, and we'll have our NFL one still on Tuesday/Wednesday. So thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, mate. Anytime.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
No worries.